How's it, everyone? Wayne the Unknown here, and welcome back to another episode of Geekin' Out, where we basically discuss everything nerd and geek related. I'm now doing another new segment, as you'll be familiar with this upcoming year and years to come. This time, we are going to be talking about my first anime. What got me into anime? And I'm here joined here by Joel the Geek, who you may remember from previous episodes. I think of Geeking Out. I actually think this is your first time on Geeking Out, I think.
I did a geeking out. We talked about a comic book convention, and then we did my interview.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
anyway. So, as this things, we're gonna talk about what you got to anime from your first anime, if you remember, to some of your favorites, your favorite characters, the impact it's had on your life, and if you still watch anime. So, to begin, if you can remember, if not, what was the second? I know you said you can't remember the first anime, but what was like
No,
another
first anime I ever watched was
Robo? I've never heard of Robotech.
Robotech. Yes, this is my first anime. This is the most recent anniversary box set of the Robotech series. So it is by Harmony Gold.
Oh, it's a video game too.
The video game, it's board games. So it was originally
In 1985. So this is before Gundam?
yes. Yes. So here's the thing about Robotech. Robotech is its American original name, but Harmony Gold bought three different animes that had three
Oh
different.
no, I take that back. Gundam came out in 1979.
Gundam's been around longer, but that thing is, Harmony Gold bought and made Robotech here in America in '85, but it'd been around a little bit longer than that. But it was three different series. One was called Macross, one was called Massiopedia, and I've forgotten what the original third name of the third one is off the top of my head. Here, let me look it up. But they were three different series that had nothing in common. Harmony Gold bought them, dubbed them, and made them into a space opera that's three seasons instead of just one season of one kind. So
Cross,
one of the first ones I
Southern
watched.
Cross, and
Southern
Mosqueda.
Cross. So it's Macross, Southern Cross, Maziopedia or Mas Poyede, depending on how you want to say the word. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it too.
Hmm.
But those three original series that were created in Japan, they were Harmony Gold bought the rights to them, brought them to America, and made what is now called Robotech the series. And since then, have had major successes in other venues. And just recently at San Diego Comic Con, they announced more about possibly there being a live action and the
Robotech, the
different
movie in '86.
people.
Okay, yeah, I have never heard of this.
So it's really it's I think it's on Crunchyroll. I could be wrong, but you can check to see if it's on Crunchyroll, which is like the anime streaming service.
Let's see.
But
It is on Amazon Prime and
oh,
Vudu.
oh, it's on Amazon Prime. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking at it right now. It's like this just gives off serious Gundam vibes.
has the same idea as Gundam because it was during that time frame when there was a lot of mech storylines. Because Gundam Star Blazers was also another one. So Star Blazers came out. I've never actually seen Star Blazers, but that's another big one from the early '80s, late '70s.
70s.
Then there was Robotech. Gundam, I don't think it made it to America in the '70s. I think it came to America later.
I remember watching Gundam like back in the 90s on Toonami.
Yeah, that's where I think it started. But Robotech played like on Saturday mornings. It was like it was part of the Saturday morning set
Oh,
of
so
Pop.
like
Like
Thundercats.
yes, sort of like that. It was around the same time it came out. But that's one of the first ones I remember watching as a kid and seeing.
Do you
So
remember how
there's
old you were?
I was about 10 or 11 when I first started watching that.
I've never heard of Robotech, but like when I saw pictures, like, wait, why does this look like Gundam? I'll be showing, for those who don't know, I mean, you have like the big box, but I'll be showing like a picture of what the anime looks like. I can't show scenes from it. I just don't want to get that potential copyright. Oh my God, you have a Robotech mini. Oh, that is so cool.
So this came in that box. It's one of the it's this one I think can transform, but I don't know how to transform it yet.
I don't want
But
to
it
break
becomes
it.
goes from being this into a jet fighter, as you can see, just the
Oh,
cockpit. Right?
like a transformer, basically.
Yes. So actually, fun fact: one of the Transformers is actually one of the what they call they in the cartoon they call them Veritech fighters, not jet fighters. The Veritech fighters. There's a Transformer that's actually a Veritech fighter that somehow got into the mix of the Transformers, and so there's a Transformer toy that's actually a Veritech fighter. So
The
it doesn't
only
appear in cartoons ever because it was never in the cartoons, but somehow
Oh
got.
God. So basically, Robotech is basically Transformers meets Gundam.
Oh yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I never thought of it that way. In a way, it is because the robots themselves don't speak. They're just robots used by the people who are.
Okay. And I looked at it like one of the earliers came out like one of the earlier Robotechs came out in the early 80s. That is that is just
So the three series that Harmony Gold bought, they put them together and made it into one
I
series.
love that box, honestly.
This is one of the other characters. This is Min Mei.
I think I've seen
Um,
some of the characters like one of the characters looking ahead like the weird black swoosh spiky hair this way.
no, I don't know if a character has that, but it's a really great show, and it had a lot of things in it. Each version of it had different things. They connected it the first two together by having the main character from the second one be the daughter of one of the characters from the first series to
Oh,
connect.
okay, I know recognize these characters now. I've seen people on at cons cosplay them.
Yeah, not too many people cosplay Robotech, but there are some out there that do.
Yeah,
A lot, I've been watching it.
the guy in the middle, that's how I recognize him.
Rick Hunter.
Yeah, okay, I've seen people cosplay these characters.
Yep. Yeah.
Especially you can tell me you can correct me if I'm wrong because I blame anime. The purple hair, is that a guy or a girl?
The purple hair is a guy. He's an alien, one of the Robotech masters. He's a clone of an actual character that never appeared as the original, just a clone of the original.
Okay. I just like how the box, how like the even like the Blu-ray looks like vintage retro, like the box you just showed.
Yeah.
I mean, here's like, I mean, I'll show be showing a better picture, but here's like here's a Blu-ray of
Yep.
like how like it looks
That's
vintage.
the original. Yeah. If you were to Google Robotech theme song or Robotech intro, that's actually a clip from the intro.
Oh, and I
That's
just
Rick.
and I just found the one you showed,
Yep, the box set.
the
Yeah,
VF-15.
that's one of the Veritech fighters. That is Roy Foker's EF-15. Yep.
Is that the one you have over there?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
So
one of my
that's
favorites.
so this
This
anime
is a
must have been
smaller
like
one.
so this anime
We've
must
got
be
some.
really popular then.
It is very popular, and they've had a lot of more movies and TV shows they've made since then. Some of them were able to be seen in America, and some weren't because of the rights, the copyrights, and who had copyrights to what storylines.
Oh no,
So
I mean,
they've made some called Macross Plus. They've made one called Macross The Next Generation or Robotech The Next Generation. There's a lot, and like I said, there's also some board games they've made recently in the last
of
5 years.
course, video games.
Video games. They have yeah. There's I could hours just talking about Robotech if I had the chance.
I think that is a thing, and I'm going to be talking about this anytime I do this segment. I think that's with any anime. Like when America gets the rights to air, they'll look at. I've come to realize America will look at all the episodes and be like, okay, we'll have this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, we can't have that one. Oh no, we can't do that one. Oh God, no, not that one. But luckily, there's a thing called the internet.
Especially in
If
the
you
eight.
Luckily, there's a thing called the internet where you can watch those shows that America's like, yeah, we're just gonna pass on that. You're gonna still have to watch it in the dub, but
The same time I was watching Robotech, Voltron came on this in the scene as well in the 80s. And Voltron did have that happen to it because it was much more adult themed in Japan. There was like RAPE, people
mm,
being sexually abused. There was like people like not just people dying, but like being like killed.
are you talking about in
Um,
Robotech?
I'm talking about Voltron
Wait,
now.
Voltron? Wait, Voltron is an anime too?
Voltron was an anime that came. The original Voltron came to the U.S. through a distributor I've forgotten the name of, and they heavily edited it.
Oh, Toei Animation and Saburo Yatsude. Okay.
So
I didn't know Voltron was an anime.
yeah, Voltron was an anime from in the 80s as well. So that was the other one that I started watching when I was a kid. And
The series is an
Voltron,
adaptation of the Japanese super robot anime series Beast King Go Lion.
yes.
That's
So
an interesting name.
so Voltron was brought over to America, but it was heavily edited to where, like, as an adult, when I first watched it as an adult, I was like, oh, I don't know how I like this. It's horrible. Like, they would sometimes take scenes and flip them to use again. They took out like whole storylines and made new storylines, sort of like how they did with Power Rangers. Same sort of thing happened with
Oh,
Voltron.
when Super Sit. Oh, wait, Tress McNeil was in the English dub version. What?
There's
What?
a lot of well-known voice actors.
And
On.
Peter Cullen as Cor. Wait, what? What
Voltron.
the hell? Freaking Optimus Prime?
Yeah, Voltron. Yep.
What the hell?
Those were
Like
the
these like
those were the
big
two
names.
those are the two Japanese anime that I first started watching when I was a kid was Voltron and Robotech.
Yeah, you were racing like you definitely watched your 80s anime, same time that Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball came out too.
Yeah. I didn't start watching Dragon Ball till I was in grad school because I had a roommate who had all of the series bit
On
torn on it on a Blu-ray or a DVD or something.
geez, like so yeah, Voltron I didn't know it was an anime. I know it was a show back in the 80s and I don't know and Robotech I've never even heard of, but I've seen people
So
cosplay the characters. I think where was that? I think it was either Robotech or Neon Genesis Evangelion.
so the one that became so Voltron became really popular again because Netflix did a news
Oh
reboot.
yeah, which didn't really last. It got just lackluster the more they were going on.
I disagree. It was really good.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I got bored of it. I'm gonna say that. Don't at me, anyone. Don't dox me. I just got bored of Ultron real fast.
A
It
lot of
was.
people, but I think what you might think is a Robotech cosplayer, you probably were seeing a Voltron cosplayer because not
It,
many people cosplay Robotech, but they cosplay Voltron a lot, and the
one of the two.
designs look a little alike.
I mean, again, I didn't know Voltron was an anime, but when like they came out with a Netflix version, that like yeah, that's the style of an anime. I didn't know
Yep.
back then.
Yeah. Yeah. The Voltron was much more heavily, like I said, had been censored a lot more heavily, and they changed some things in it, and like
They
so
did that.
done it was brought over poorly. Like just like with Sailor Moon, it had a lot of stuff in it that was edited.
Oh, I know. Say they did the same thing with One Piece too.
Oh, really? See, I've never
When like
watched One Piece. I've maybe watched like quarter of the first.
the four kids TV version. So like if someone was smoking a cigarette, it'd be replaced with like a lollipop. Pistols would be replaced with water guns.
Oh, see, I
But
didn't.
then again, it was put on four kids TV, a kid friendly anime channel.
Yeah, Voltron never had that happen. They just cut out full on like just the first episode. They cut out so much from the first episode of Voltron that when I was a kid, I loved it. But then as I see it as an adult, I'm like, oh yeah, you can tell
Like
they did.
this was really fucked up.
Yeah, it was pretty intense editing they did. But but yeah, like Robotech though was the one I loved of the two. Robotech was the one I loved the most, and I still like watching it. I'll sometimes pop it in and watch some of it, maybe just to have something on in the background or something because it's just I just love it. Just enjoy the storyline. They took something that was three separate stories and they did a great job of like connecting them and making them really great. Um, so that's what I love about Robotech and Voltron was cool. But those were the first two I myself was introduced to through just TV media showing it. But then
Mm-hmm.
I went to San Diego Comic Con for the first time in 1989, and I discovered anime being shown at the con. So at the con, they have a room that's going almost all day, all 4 days of anime just being shown. And at that time, it was either Laserdisc.
For those who don't know, laser discs are the original DVD that are like the size of a record.
If you know what a record is.
And laser disc, I looked, they originally were made in Japan, and those things are not cheap.
They weren't cheap, but someone would get some and bring them over. And so I'd see all these ones that I'd never seen before, like Dirty Pair,
Wait, what?
Trigon. Oh,
Trigon, I'm familiar with.
so Dirty Pair is a parody of Magic, Princess Magic Girls meets uh um
Oh, Dirty Pair Project Eden.
yeah. So that's one of them, but
Oh, there's
it
a video game. What the?
probably not. I'm not surprised. I don't think it did very well, but
Oh, oh, it has that same art style, kind of like yeah, this is like your late 80s anime. I could show the. Do I?
I don't know if you want to show any of it because it's two girls in bikinis fighting and
Okay, here's a less risque. All right, here. Oh, the animation style reminds me of Ranma One Half.
yes, same kind of animation style. So
Here, I could show this one.
yes, you can show that one.
Ignore the foot on that hair.
Hair was being shown at the con. They were showing Inuyasha, which I didn't realize it was Inuyasha at the time. Ninja Scroll. So many others I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah, Ninja Scroll's definitely an old. Yeah, I'm looking at the cover art of Dirty Pair, and just like this is 80s anime where they would show cleavage, bare butts.
Well, more than that. It was
I mean, I've seen Ranma One Half.
that was the other thing is I was introduced to Ranma One Half at the convention by some people. They were telling me about it, and I fell in love with that one too. And Ranma One Half is one of my other favorite ones.
It's
I
just
don't have physical media copies of it, but I would love to have physical media copies of it. But I found it on some streaming services, and I watched it on
yeah,
there.
you can watch Ranma One Half on Hulu.
I love Ranma One Half because it's so comedic and it looks at cultural things in a new way and it makes fun of them, but it also plays with gender roles and just queer stuff in general. Um, so I always love that one as well. That's another one
I gotta. So everybody, slight technical difficulties here at the Batcave internet. Just
you can
quick
just edit
little
out
a quick little short power outage. But as we were talking about, because apparently this is gonna be, I have to add this part to the first part. We just got done taught how you were at San Diego Comic Con and they were showing a bunch of anime on a laser disc, like Rama One Half, Ninja Scroll, Dirty Pair, which just Project Eden, which just translates to Dirty Pair the movie, which is in the style, which has that style of that late 80s, early 90s animation. Like those type of anime back then, like they would just show everything and they did not give a fuck.
so if you went to San Diego Comic Con, the later in the evening it got, the more of the adult.
Oh, it show like Ninja Scroll and
During the
and
day, they wouldn't show Ninja Scroll or Dirty Pair. It would be more like Sailor Moon and Ranma One Half and stuff like that. So they were at least
despite Roma One Half being kind of a bit risque.
yeah, yeah. So there was it was a different room. So they had it to where they had maybe like two or three rooms they used, and after a certain time of night, it became a certain room that the kids wouldn't know normally want to go to see the anime. But I didn't go to that room because I don't think I knew about it till like later when I was going in like when I was upwards into like 17, I started to realize there was that room and those videos.
So
But
we're
yes, Rama One Half was the third one I got into. But then I didn't really start watching. Like I said earlier, I didn't really see any other anime really until I got to grad school and I got to actually see Dragon Ball Z because I'd heard of Dragon Ball and I've heard of Sailor Moon, but I never actually saw them. So I
God,
started,
a peak 90s anime, man.
and that was for me. That was late two. That was mid 2000s when I started watching that. So it was
Also like
past the time.
also like when I got introduced to Naruto and Full Metal Alchemist, like the modern day anime at the time.
So I got introduced. I forgot about that. So when Toonami was on, if you know what Toonami was, I did
Oh,
watch Cowboy Bebop on
ooh,
Toonami.
ooh. Speaking of Toonami, I'll be right back. I got people to show something if people are not familiar with the old Toonami.
Okay, cool. Go get it.
So I gotta ask, what year, when did you first get introduced to Toonami with anime?
Well, Toonami when it first was on, which I think was in the late '90s. Was that when
Oh, with
Toonami?
Moltar, the Space Ghost's original villain.
Yes, I think so.
I got first iteration of Tom.
Yay! Awesome.
Bubble Boy Tom when he took
No,
over for Moltar back in the 90s.
I remember that. I remember that part. I didn't. Yeah. So I wasn't watching it like all the time. So I was just seeing it every once in a while because when I was in college, I didn't have my own TV with cable. So like if I was at a friend's house or my family's house and they had it on and I watched it, I would see it. So I saw bits of Cowboy Bebop and really found it fascinating and cool. And then of course when I got older and I had the ability to watch it, I found it all and watched it all. So
And it's like only one season too.
no, it's more than one season originally, but then of course Netflix was only able to do one season.
Oh, that's right. That Cowboy Bebop. Uh, bu- 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 Cowboy Bebop. I'm looking at it right now. Japanese animated series. Uh, first, 2000 came out in 2001. Oh, well, originally 98. Uh, bu- 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 yeah, from 98 to 99, it was created. Yeah. Oh, two. Okay, 2 seasons. My bad.
It was 2 seasons. Okay. For some reason I
But
thought I guess I was wrong.
Netflix only did the it just live action anime just doesn't always
I thought it,
translate well.
I thought it was good. It's just there were parts of it that didn't make sense because they were missing plot points from because the way they tried to do when they did the live action, they pulled one of the plots out and decided to just focus on that one plot. But by doing that, it sort of missed key parts of the rest of the storyline by doing that. That's my critique of the live action Cowboy Bebop. But then I just remembered, oh, I forgot there was one other '80s anime that I love that I want to get on physical media because I can't find it on any of the streaming services. It was called Bubblegum Crisis. Have you heard of that one?
I'm looking it up right now.
While you look it up, I will share with the audience what it is. Bubblegum Crisis. It's Japan in 2040 AD. There they are.
What the?
This scientist had created this exosuit to be worn.
Are those
But
all female?
they're all female. They were a band. Oh no, one of them was a band. One of them's the daughter of the guy who made the exosuits. Another is a
Oh, you can watch it for free on Plex.
oh, it's on Plex now. Okay, cool. I'll have to
Yeah, I
look that
mean
up.
that's oh
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
yeah.
So the premise is in Tokyo 2040, every once in a while robots get this glitch that makes them go mad and crazy and destroy things, and the police aren't able to handle it, and they don't know why. And the people
The
who
suits.
yeah, the suits are great. The suits are amazing. Oh, they're so cool. So the company that makes all the robots is saying, "Oh, it's not our fault. It's not our fault," but it is. So it's sort of a combination of Blade Runner.
I was gonna say, oh, only 8 episodes.
No, it's more than 8 episodes. That might be all they have on Plex then.
Oh, go
There's more than
away.
8 episodes.
Okay, wait. Let me look at that.
They
Oh,
made two versions of
1987
it.
to
They made Bubblegum
19.
Crisis and then a Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh, internet. Why now? Oh, there we go. Bubblegum Crisis Japanese. Hepburn Bubblegumu Kiraishi is a 1987 to 1981 cyberpunk original video animation series produced by Umex and animated by IAC. The series was planned to run. The series was planned to run for 13 episodes, but was cut short to 8. But this is
Oh,
Wikipedia I'm looking at.
that's weird because I remember it felt like there were more than 8 episodes.
Uh oh yeah. So first episode 45 minutes, 28 minutes, 26, 38 minutes, 43 minutes. Episode 6 and 7 was 49 minutes, and episode 8 was 52 minutes.
Well, I do remember it being a really great show, and they did a reboot of it. I remember that.
Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040.
And that
Uh
led them to make a spin-off, which is really cool, called AD Police.
yeah,
Where like
I
a
was
what if
just
AD Police was like, what if the Bubblegum Crisis girls didn't exist? How the AD Police would handle things. So
yeah.
it's really interesting. So all three series are really great. I love them too because of that cyberpunk Blade Runner.
Parasite Dolls.
What was that?
Okay, there's another related works called Parasite Dolls, 80 Police Files, and Bubblegum Crash.
Yes, Bubblegum Crash was the other reboot. I don't know that first one. I know the 80 Police and Bubblegum Crash, and
Oh, damn! This anime didn't do well, apparently.
it's a cult classic though.
I
There's a
mean,
lot.
I believe you, but like, Crash was 3 episodes, and then there was a role playing game, Bubblegum Crisis, which came out in
Don't
'96.
tell me that. Now I want to go.
It's a role playing game published by R. Telsorian Games.
Oh,
Um, in 1996, that is based off the anime. Uh, okay, I'm actually kind of curious if I can see what this game, what gameplay looks like. I'm kind of curious now.
I've
Images.
sucked you into my world, in my realm.
I cannot. Oh, there are no images
Okay.
of gameplay. Yeah. Oh, no, here it is. This is it right here.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
It's
That's
like that's like Nintendo right there.
that's so like that Nintendo kind of stuff. Yeah. But anyway, that was the other one I found out about when I went to San Diego
Huh.
Comic Con. I saw it played there, and I fell in love with that one
Now I
too.
want to see people cosplay these old characters.
Well, because you had so much influx in the '90s of stuff that a lot of the stuff from earlier you
Hmm.
don't see too much of it, and if you do see it,
Oh
it's
no.
weird.
No, I mean I remember like seeing pictures of like anime conventions here in the US like in the 90s, people cosplaying, Inuyasha, Trigun, Sailor Moon, and like with like the very bright shiny wigs too.
Yep, and those were there at San Diego Comic Con too, as well. I saw a few of them back then, but I wasn't too much into cosplay that I was aware of it and saw it at conventions. I just knew there was a masquerade ball at San Diego Comic Con, but I never was really involved in it in any other way. So, but yeah, that's those are the main ones from my youth. But as an adult, I got into some other ones as an
Oh
adult.
yeah, let's hear what Joel was into as an adult in anime.
So when it comes to adult anime, the ones I really like, I got into Inuyasha.
Good
Uh,
one.
My Hero Academia is interesting.
I have yet to watch that, and I've been told even my boyfriend, he's telling me that I need to get into watching that.
Yeah, so for me, it's I like it because they play with a lot of like superhero tropes, and they show them in a different light, and they make up characters that are homages to like comic book characters or cartoon superhero characters. So it's really interesting to see their take in
I
those.
just think of it as just an anime version of Sky High, the Disney film.
That's what a lot. Some people have also said to me. I've heard, yeah, totally. Um, the other one I've gotten into that I liked was One Punch Man.
Good
Thought
one.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh my gosh. Just the hilarity of the show and what happened was just so
Just
much.
a man training to become like very strong, where he just uses one finger and just like,
And he's totally oblivious. Like he ends up living in a part of town where no one else is there. Like it's been evacuated. And he doesn't seem to connect the dots that the area he lives in is evacuated and condemned to be destroyed because of all the monsters that have been there. And he's like totally
just whatever.
like whatever.
He's just oblivious to his own strength too.
Just his own straight because he thought I just want to be healthier because it's trauma based because he saw something traumatic happen that involved a monster, and so he was just like, I really should make myself safer.
And I
I should.
think it has like what, 2 seasons?
There's 2 seasons, I believe. Yeah,
Okay, I've only seen the first season. I haven't watched the second season.
it's pretty interesting stuff, but it's based on a manga, so there's more in the manga, I think.
Oh no, there's always more in the manga from what I've seen. People say the anime is better than the manga's better than the manga lasted longer, the anime didn't. It's
That's
just
it's a thing. Like, and then I got into trying to watch One Piece, but it was just
the
hard to.
longest fucking
Like I said, I only watched.
The Dragon Ball and One Piece series are the two longest running anime to this day.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because One Piece came out, one Dragon Ball's been out since the Dragon Ball series, which I'm going to call, has been out since the 80s. One Piece has been out since like the late 90s to
Oh, wow.
2000s, and it's still, I mean, hell, the One Piece is getting a live action TV show on Netflix, which So they're doing so for the dub version of that, all the original Japanese voice actors are going to be dubbing for that show.
Interesting. Huh, that's cool. So then the other show as an adult that I got into was Full Metal Alchemist, but I never actually finished the original series.
Oh, and then there's Brotherhood, which is more faithful to the manga.
Oh, that's what I've heard recently. So I haven't even started Brotherhood. Um, but yeah, those are all the ones as an adult that I can think of right now. What's it called? Oh my gosh, it's the one with the assassin and the two assassins, and they start raising a daughter and pretend to be a family.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I
Gosh,
seen clips of it on TikTok. I'm looking at it right now myself. Yeah, and they just got done with like the first season a while back.
oh, I want to say Murder. No, not Murder. Is it Murder?
I'm looking at it right now. But what's it called? Is that what it's called? I'm looking at it right now.
No, it's something.
Oh, it's called Buddy Daddies.
No, no, not
Yeah,
that.
this are we talking about Spy X Family?
Yes, Spy X Family. That's
Okay,
it.
because I was like when he
I
said like
don't know
parents
where I
raising a girl, I thought he meant like Buddy Daddies, which
No,
is
I've
kind of
not
the same
seen that one
premise.
at all. I've never seen that one. I don't know
Yeah,
what that is at all.
yeah.
Don't make me into any more, Wayne. Come on.
I gotta watch this on Country. Okay, but yeah, no Spy Family you can watch on Hulu, which
Yes,
I started watching. I found out about Spy Family through TikTok.
they did. So did I. I found out through Spy Family through cosplayers on TikTok, and then I
Yeah,
saw some at a con I went to, and I was like,
I'm like, what the
"What's
hell
going
is
on?"
this?
And so then I started watching it on Hulu. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really I like it too because it doesn't take itself too serious.
Mm-mm.
Pretty funny with some of the the like situations they find themselves in.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason I love it too. Is just
Yeah, no, I'm always discovering these newer, older anime through TikTok. TikTok is probably where I'm finding about all these like isekai animes I've never heard about, or this anime about this guy who does this, or this girl who does that, or the like. Just
yeah.
enough already. I'm like backlog with a bunch of anime I haven't seen in years, and now I'm being told, oh, you got to watch this. You like, stop already, please.
There's a lot of anime out there, just like there's a lot of stuff here in America that's out there to get into.
Oh,
So yeah, those are I think I'd say those are the ones that I've either watched when I was younger or watched now. But like I said, I go back to if I feel like I need something to watch or listen
oh,
to.
and just wait. You know, when you go to conventions, you'll see people cosplaying these anime characters that you've like never heard of, or the next couple of years they're coming out with more animes, and people are going to be cosplaying them.
Yep,
I
it's true.
mean,
That's the best part about it, seeing all the different cosplays.
I've seen people cosplay characters that are from a manga but haven't been released into the anime yet because either the character is just too dark, too gritty, or just like, yeah, we don't want to show them just yet.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I've seen some people do at some anime conventions be cosplaying from video games, and I'm like, oh, is that a manga or is that an anime? And they're like, oh no, it's a video game. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't do video games, so but I love
um
to cosplays.
it's just and see that's the one thing I like you know kind of going off the rails here what about like about geeking out it's like I'm bringing the other segments you know the gaming content and the cosplay content into geeking out and vice versa because it's more content there's more stuff to talk about um so out of the animes you've seen who are some of your favorite characters and like moments from them.
I think one of my favorite characters from Robotech is Dana Sterling. She's in the second series.
Is she the blonde one?
She's the blonde one with the bob
Oh,
hair
with the weird like
haircut. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like they molded her hair to the shape of her helmet. But she's
uh
my favorite character, and she's from the set. She's from the Southern Cross part of Robotech.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that she's from the Southern Cross mainly because you know she's also playing a guitar.
That's from the first episode. She does not play guitar.
Okay, then why the hell is she playing a guitar?
It's it's part of this. I'd have to.
Oh
Do you have another hour for me to tell you just that episode?
no. This is okay. I'm not gonna lie. This is horrifying as shit.
What is?
A Dana Sterling doll from Robotech.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Yep.
That is fucking horrifying.
That's a
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
fuel.
It looks like it just look at look at the biggest
Yeah,
it is,
that's the thing.
and this is from like the 80s too.
I bet. I bet. Yeah. So yeah, so Dana was what the first character I met went from the story, and then I was what the episodes I saw on TV when I was a kid were from Southern
Oh,
Cross,
and they
and
got Lisa Hayes as well.
was that
They got a Lisa Hayes doll.
Lisa Hayes? Yes, Lisa Hayes.
Oh, okay, it's by Matchbox.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
Matchbox. I thought
Yeah,
Lisa.
40 bucks. Oh, she's going on for 40 bucks. Yeah, Harmony Gold, 1992 Robotech, 11.5 Dana Sterling figure. And then of course they have like, you know, the type you would buy like at a anime convention.
Right, the newer ones that are this
That
one.
looks really freaking cool.
That's a really cool one.
300 bucks. Ooh. Ah.
I'm not getting into those kind of models. I'm sticking to Funkos if I buy any other.
Yeah,
Funkos.
no, I mean, yeah. So yeah, other favorite characters from the other animes you watched.
What was that?
What are the other favorite anime characters from animes you watched?
Ranma from Ranma One Half is also a favorite one of mine. Um,
I
just
love her. I love that her dad's just a big panda.
so lazy. He will be doused with water and he'll just stay a panda. And then he keeps bouncing back and forth from his male and female genders. And
Oh, and the
he
pig too.
and then oh yeah, his arch enemy that's the pig. I forget his
I
name.
can't be. I've seen the episode because I got introduced to it a while back from a friend of mine,
It's hard,
and
but it's really hard to pick one favorite from Ranma One Half because they're all so fun.
I do love the premise. Like, don't go in there. That's where a panda drowned and died. Don't go in there. That's where a girl drowned and died. Don't go in there. That's where a pig drowned and died. And they got warning labels.
There are, but no one's looking at him. There's a guy that's sort of like the
Security guard.
ranger for the area
I remember seeing that.
tells people, hey, these are this and don't do this, and people are like, yeah, whatever, and then
And they just like, and they're just pretty much balancing on like the bamboo poles.
oh no,
Oh.
you forget.
My internet's good. It's windy here.
Yeah, the bouncing on the bamboo pole and that. We're just getting a lot of rain where I am, but no wind. It was a little windy earlier today.
It was
But we're just having a lot of rain.
it's like in the 90s, but it's like also windy. It's like thanks. This is Pacific Northwest weather. You know, it's whatever. It's fine. It's cute.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are my favorite characters ones, but I can't. I really haven't. I think my favorite character from the new ones would be Todoroki from
Shoto
My Hero.
Todoroki.
Yeah,
I
like him.
I've come to see he's a fan favorite. Even at conventions, I'll see gender bent Todorokis. I'll see regular Todorokis. I'll see like custom Todorokis. It's just like you do you.
I do want to cosplay him eventually. I just can't find his. I wanted to do his high school uniform, but I couldn't find it in my size. But now I think I might do his actual uniform he wears. But again, I have to have someone commissioned to make it because they don't make it in my size.
Anyone, any cosplay friends watching this? I mean, I know people, but you know, no, it's hard. It's not easy. Speaking of cosplay and anime characters, I remember, you know, doing previous episodes of talking to cosplayers who've been doing this for a long time, where they like had to go like on websites just to find, you know, anime characters, but you know, your issue is either the wig was too small or the cosplay was too small, and everything was in Japanese.
Well, you don't have to worry about the Japanese part anymore because it does have translation.
You
But for
just
me,
have
it's
to worry about the size.
like sometimes I'll find it and it'll say it has it my size, and they'll be out of
Oh
stock.
yeah, no, I haven't bought it yet, but
like for me, I have to go up a size sometimes because their extra large isn't an American extra large. That means I have XXL and
Mm-hmm.
XXL. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to have someone.
I haven't bought it yet, but I was lucky to find a extra large Master Roshi button up shirt from Dragon Ball Z.
Nice. There you go.
There's like the ones that comes with the combo, comes with the glasses, the beards, the turtle shell, and the cane. It's just like I just want the shirt and I can easily just buy white shorts, and I can cosplay my favorite. I mean, he's a pervert, but I'm not like that. He's just one of my favorite characters
Yeah,
because he's a badass.
there is a guy in the Pacific Northwest who does Master Roshi, and he makes fun of his pervertedness.
Oh,
When
I've seen the character. He has like the felt blood on the beard, and I've seen it. I've seen the Master Roshi. Like it's oh man, but yeah, no, it's just like half the anime you've told me about. Like I've never heard of the Dirty Pair. I've never heard of that. I've heard of Ninja Scroll, never seen it. I've Robotech. I've never even heard of.
Ninja Scroll is up there with like Akira as one of the ones you're supposed to.
Oh,
Oh, Akira. So I did see Akira. I didn't see Akira till I was in college.
yeah, I didn't see Akira until like 2016.
Yeah, so I saw Akira, and recently a podcast I know they just did an episode on Akira. So if you go to Geek History Lesson, you'll see they did an episode on it.
Just look at that. Just look at that animation.
Ninja
Now
Scroll
is it a movie or a TV show?
movie. I don't know if they made a TV show because I think it's a manga that was adapted into a movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking. I don't see.
I think it's just the movie.
Just like what they did with Fist of the North Star,
Yes, yes.
the live action
With
one.
the story and its gruesomeness with the body
Yeah,
horror.
June 5th, 1993, 94 minutes. Okay, where can I actually watch the don't think I can thrilling. So this is the description for Ninja Scroll.
Okay.
Thrilling, mysterious, and sexy is the theme of Ninja Scroll. Thrilling, mysterious, and sexy.
Yeah, those are
Uh,
words to describe it. I could see those words
but
described.
this is like again late 80s, early 90s where they didn't give a fuck.
Or they didn't. They were just interested. Yeah, they were just interested in the money because like, oh, people really like this. Okay, I will buy this and bring it
Yes,
to America.
let's just show all this. But oh wait, and I know people again. I know when America wants to distribute the anime, they have to review it before like deciding,
Right.
hey, or just for a good example, the anime it was basically abridged before it was abridged. It didn't do well in Japan, so when it was brought over to America, they basically told the voice actors, you know what, just do whatever you want, and it's a good old anime called Ghost Stories.
I've never heard of that one.
It is hilarious.
Okay.
It is. You've heard of like abridged animes like Dragon Ball abridged or sort of. So abridged is basically they'll like find actors and just have funny lines. It's hilarious. So if you get the chance, look up Ghost Stories. It is hilarious. It came out in like early to like 2001.
Huh. Okay.
um. So last but not least, um, how has anime impacted your life so far since you were like 10 years old watching
Yeah.
Robotech and Voltron?
So one of the ways that it's impacted me is it opened my eyes to understanding my queerness and being LGBTQ. Because Robotech, one of the seasons of Robotech, they actually have a trans character, and the character is just treated as just a normal person.
Really?
As yeah, that's yeah.
Well, good on that studio.
And then Ranma one half another show where like they never freaked out fully when he changed from female male to female
Well, they
form
did at first in the first episode,
because they didn't know.
but
But
when
as
they explained it,
it was just a thing, and all their characters changing of who they were and how some of them owned it and were okay with it and people were okay with it, so it helped me with that. It also just opened my eyes to other cultures and other ways of understanding the world, because as I've gotten older and I've gotten into like film and understanding movies and how it affects culture and culture affects it, learning that from a friend who is Japanese, a lot of the reasons why the Japanese cartoons and movies are these things where people are transforming is because their culture had to do a lot of transforming after the war and had to find a new identity.
oh yeah,
So identity is a big part of anime, I've noticed. And so I think that's a really cool. It's a way to explore your identity and find your identity, and that's what I've loved about anime is that impact it's had
And
on
you
people.
gotta admit, anime has had a huge impact on the cosplay scene for like almost 30 years.
Oh, more than 30 years. More than 30
Well, I
years.
mean, it's more mainstream now. You'll see like these people who've never seen anime, but they want to cosplay them.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the things is it's because cosplay was in a way historically cosplay was two kinds of places cosplay started being made. One was in America and one was in Japan. And the one in America sort of died down in a little bit of a way, but with the resurgence of anime being in America and people cosplaying from that in Japan, it's sort of like made cosplay even bigger. So I think that's been one of the things about anime is anime has been a part of cosplay and anime have been together as well, and I think that's a cool thing too about.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that should do it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that should do it again. Joel, thank you for coming on to share your like, what got you into anime and like how it's impacted your life. Looking forward to do. I'm looking forward to do more of these now, and I would definitely love to do a separate podcast to talk more about Robotech because I want to learn more about Robotech.
Dude, if you want to do a cost of a podcast where we just talk about Robotech and go through each episode, I would be down with that.
I would definitely put in that category of was it worth making type. And if you happen to know anyone who also is known who's watched Robotech, feel free to let them know and have them come on because I would love to geek out about Robotech. I may have to like look into myself and see what the hype is all about.
Watch it. It's really interesting idea. Like there's love triangles, there's interracial relationships.
Yeah, I'm ahead of its time.
It's about aliens and like yeah, just it's a great
It sounds like Mass Effect at this point, and I'm down for that. Aliens, mixed relationships, it's like sounds a lot like Mass Effect.
I think Mass Effect was probably influenced by it
Oh, I
because
mean, yeah, because Mass Effect has all that LGBTQ mixed relationships, aliens, space travel,
yeah, it has
all that stuff.
stuff about xenophobia, um, like just so many great like plots and storylines and stuff. And I have watched the original as well. The originals before they were when they were separated. I've seen them the separate versions and how they play out, and they're great too, as well as the one that was made into Robotech. So it's just and the lore about around it is amazing too. Like you could I could deep dive with you for another hour and a half
Oh
on
yeah, we'll save that for another time. I gotta get going in it here soon, but
it.
uh, again, thank you for coming on to share, your love for anime, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these to hear, I may also do one for comics eventually too, about how I got into comics.
Oh, I could
Because
definitely
like my brain was like, yeah. Anyway,
anyway.
oh, real quick, as you know, I'm gonna ask, where can people find you on social media if they want to follow you for your cosplays, your nerdiness, all your content, stuff like that?
A lot of the main social medias like Instagram, TikTok, and still Twitter while it's still alive.
Oh,
You just have to,
before it's yeah, it's gonna be called X
yeah, I don't
apparently.
know what that is about. I don't know fully what it is, but anyway, I'm on all the social medias as Joel the Geek on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram mainly. Those are the big ones you can find me on, showing the most content.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to seeing that. And you all know where you can find me. Link trees in the description below as always. Gonna be eventually putting more stuff on the merch store when I can and feel like it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.